It's not sharing it on Twitter. Okay. Hi, everybody. Let me see if I can get this turned around here. There we go. Hey, guys. This is Sunday with Sonya. And Ellie Grace wants to get in here. She says hi. She says, Mom, I want to be on the scope. So there she is. She's on the scope. Okay, this is going to be a short little Sunday with Sonya, but I had somebody the other day, and I was telling them about what I do with business cards. Hi, from Texas. So I thought I would do this little scope on, do you do business cards? Do you not do business cards? Is this valuable? So when they asked me, Sonya, do you do business cards? And I said yes and no. So what I do when I meet somebody, because a lot of people buy business cards and they think in order to be a professional network marketer, I have to have a business card to give out to people. And honestly, I have not had, hey, sweetie, I have not had one single person, not one, in how many years now? 9 years of working in network marketing with Young Living in particular. I've had 9 years where I have never had one person call me back from a business card. And I have given out tons in the beginning. Give them out my business card. Somebody says, oh, I'm interested in oils. And I go, okay, here, take my business card. And we do classes and da-da-da. And I would give out my business card. No one ever called me back. So what do I do now? I learned that the thing wasn't to give out my business card, but it was to be able to connect with that person later. So I figured out a way that felt comfortable to me of how to get that information from them so that I could do the follow-up, so that the ball was in my court. Because when I hand them a business card, the ball is in their court, whether or not they call me back. But if I can get their information, then the ball is in my court. And we all know that fortune is in the follow-up. But if we don't have any way to follow up, we have no fortune, right? So this is what I do. Let's say, I'm just going to give you an example of what happened in Kansas City. I was shopping in this one shop, and I was asking the owner some questions. And I said, what do you do? Are you the owner? He said, yes. We started having a conversation. He said, what do you do? I said, I do essential oils. I teach classes, and explained a little bit about essential oils, pulled some oils out of my pocket and let him try it. And all the way across the store, this clothing store, I heard a gal say, I want to, because he said, well, give me your card. And she goes, I want a card too. I'm really interested in essential oils. So she came over and we started talking. And this is what I usually do when somebody approaches me and wants more information about essential oils. I don't always have business cards with me. I do have some. Okay, I'm not saying I don't have any. I do have some. Sometimes I keep them in my car. Occasionally I'll keep a couple of business cards in my purse. But this is what I'll usually say when somebody says, hey, well, why don't you give me your business card? I say, you know what? I may or may not have some. Let me go look in my purse. But in the meantime, why don't you take my phone? Because I hate to lose people. I mean, and I'm so bad at that. Why don't you just type in your name and your email, and that way I can get you the information out that you want. We can stay in touch and I don't lose you. That's it. And I hand him my phone and I turn and I look in my purse to see if I have a card. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, or sometimes I'll say, you know, I might have one in the car. I'll go out and check in a minute. But in the meantime, why don't you just put your stuff in my phone, because that way I know I won't lose you. And that is comfortable for me. You might find another way to get people to respond and be able to get their information, but that's what really works and is comfortable for me. And it's true, because one of the things that is my challenge, might not be your challenge, but one of my challenges is holding on to people's information. And even if they give me their card, I still have a challenge in making sure that I don't lose that card. So let's say somebody does give you their card. Here's a couple of tips, and one of them I learned from Danny Phillips. And she said, when they give you their card, take a picture of it right away with your phone, if you have a smartphone. And that way, when you get home and you throw it on your desk, or you empty your pockets or your purse or whatever, that card does never get thrown away or lost. You've always got a picture of it in your phone until you can get it into your list where you're tracking all the people that you're following up with, right? So I thought that's a great one. And the other one would just be to make sure that you take it home and write it right in your, if you have a blast notebook, in your blast notebook or wherever you're tracking, taking care of your prospects. So that's really, really helpful to me. And I'm open if you guys have some ideas of how you like to share or get people, get people's information without making you feel uncomfortable or them feel uncomfortable. Because sometimes it's like you feel like you're stalking them, or you just get uncomfortable inside, and then it feels weird to them too. Does anybody else have some fun ideas of how to exchange information with people? Feel free to pop in here. So the only reason why I'm sharing this today is because I had somebody a couple of weeks ago that said, oh my gosh, I shared this with them and it was really powerful for them. And so hopefully this will be powerful for you too. This is how to exchange information with people. Could also write a little about the conversation you had on the card to jog your memory. Absolutely. So if you can turn it over and just write something on it even while they're there, so that they know that you care enough about them to include that information, or when you get to the car, write some information about them and where you met them. Because honestly, there are times that in my phone, if they type their information in my phone, that I still don't remember who they are. If it's been a month and I haven't followed up on them yet, I know, bad me. But if it's been a little while, I might go, oh, I've got Bob Jones at AOL.com. Who is Bob and where did I meet him? So the same thing, typing in, met at the clothing store, was the owner of the store. Making sure that you tag those little pieces of information about them would be helpful too. So that's my take on it. If you want business cards or you don't, either way, I mean, I think it is a nice professional thing to have a business card. But what I am saying is I wouldn't expect, if you're just giving out cards, for those people to call you back. That is probably a lost new member or a lost contact, because most people, if you're like you and I, most people just throw away cards or lose them. So this way you can always keep the ball in your court. You carry in your purse invitations to your next classes, which is great as well. And so if you carry that invitation, you can say, you know what, if I might have some invitations in my purse, if you want to type your email in here, in case I don't, go ahead and type your email in, and then I'll look for the invitations. See, same thing, because if you give out an invitation to your class, and you may do this already, if you give out an invitation to your class, it's the same thing. The ball is now in their court and not in your court. Even if they wanted to go, they might forget. They might have lost the piece of paper or whatever. So this allows you to email them or call them, whatever is their preferred way of communication. And you can say, just type in here whatever you want, phone or email or whatever you're comfortable with. Just type it in my phone in the notes section, and then I won't lose you. All right, that's it. It's a quick one today. Sundays with Sonya. I made a promise to myself years ago that I would do everything I could to